All right, team. So we've gotten pretty good solving equations. Today we're going to review solving inequalities. So let's review the four symbols. The first of the inequality symbols is this guy, and we read this as less than. His counterpart is less than or equal to. Less than or equal to. And then the other symbol, or the other alligator mouth, opens to the left, and this is read greater than. Greater than, counterpart being greater than underlined would be greater than or equal to. Greater than or equal to. All right, so if you can read those four symbols, you'll be good to go. In our next two examples, I'm going to give you a sentence, and what we're going to do is translate that sentence into a numerical expression. So number one, go ahead and write down 5 fewer than a number is at least 12. So 5 fewer than a number is at least 12. Well, 5 fewer than a number, I'm going to start there. When I think of what is 5 fewer than the number of people in my class, I would take, maybe 12. 5 fewer than 12 would be 12 minus 5, or 7. Okay, so 5 fewer than means that I'm going to take 5 away from some number n. 5 fewer than some number, and I can use any variable I want. I'm just going to go with n for number. All right, then over here, at least when I see that, I think greater than or equal to. Greater than or equal to. So I am at least 21 years old. I am greater than or equal to 21 years old. I am greater than or equal to. I am at least, and then I'll just plug in the 12 there at the end. All right, so I went number for number, symbol for symbol, variable for variable as I read through that equation. 5 fewer than a number is at least 12. Let's try another one. Number 2, the quotient. The quotient of a number and 3 is no more than 15. All right, so the quotient of a number and 3 is no more than 15. I'm going to pause for a second while you finish writing down that sentence. The quotient of a number and 3 is no more than 15. So the first thing in this problem that jumps out at me is no more than. No more than. Well, I am no more than, let's see, I don't want to give away my age. I am no more than 30 years old. That's a lie. But anyway, I am no more than, or I have no more than $10 in my checking account. I have less than $10 in my checking account. No more than means less than or equal to. So less than or equal to. Okay, so sometimes these get a little confusing, so just stop and ignore the rest of the context of the problem and ask yourself something you can kind of relate to. I have no more than $10 in my checking account, which means I have less than or equal to $10 in my checking account. Something else that I need to review personally is quotient. What does it mean, the quotient of a number and 3? Quotient means division. So the quotient of a number and 3 will look something like that. All right, I think I'm about ready to wrap this up. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this over here, and then put a 15 on the end, and I'm done. What I've done is written a statement for the quotient of a number and 3 is no more than 15, so it's less than or equal to 15. Okay, so can you do that? Can you translate a sentence into a numerical expression? We'll get some practice on that. All right, let's do a couple of examples. Actually, we're just going to do one example together, and then we'll get more practice in class. So here we go. Let's try -3 times 2x minus 5 plus 1 greater than or equal to 4. All right, so here's another problem where we have a lot going on. We have a lot going on. Well, yesterday when we were solving our equations, when we were solving our equations, we dealt with the parentheses and exponents if there were any, and then we multiplied and divided and added and subtracted. We collected, we combined like terms. We moved all of the variables to one side. Blah, blah, blah. You know the drill. So I'm going to kind of treat this problem the same. The first thing I'm going to do is get rid of the parentheses. I can't combine anything inside this set of parentheses. So I'm just going to distribute. And I'm really distributing in a -3. -6x plus 15 because -3 times -5. And then this is the rest of the inequality. So +1 is greater than or equal to 4. Combine your like terms. That's going to be a 16. -6x plus 16 is greater than or equal to 4. Now I'm going to move this constant, get my letter by itself to -6x. It's greater than or equal to -12. All right, I'm going to draw a little arrow. Stay with me here. -6x is greater than or equal to -12. So inverse operations. What undoes multiplication? Division. The -6's cancel. -12 divided by -6 is going to be 2, but wait a minute. Warning, warning. Remember, when you divide or multiply by a negative, you have to flip the symbol. You must flip the symbol. So, friendly reminder, when you multiply or divide by a negative, make sure that you flip the symbol. Okay, so here I am at x is less than or equal to 2. On the number line, what would this look like? All right, well, what I want you guys to do is just draw me a little bit of a snapshot of the number line. I don't need to see anything fancy. This is not a class in drawing a number line. That was like 5th grade. So just show me where 2 would be on the number line, or, establish where 2 is. I want you to tell me one number to the left and one number to the right. When I'm graphing an inequality that's underlined, I'm going to use a closed-in circle. And so x is less than 2 means all of these numbers to the left. Anything that is headed toward -infinity, anything that is between -infinity to 2 would satisfy that equation, or that inequality rather, and be a true statement. All right, so I'm going to put a box around my inequality. I'm going to put a graph, or a box around my number line graph, and that's that. All right, so if you have some room left, what I want you to do is write down this next problem. Next problem, what am I doing? I am numbering today, not using letters. So, okay, this is example number 4. So for number 4, let's try this one. 7 plus x is greater than or equal to 6, or 8 plus x is less than 3. So this is where I'm going to stop the video. You can go ahead and attempt this on your own. Try to solve it. Try to graph it on the number line. We're going to pick up here tomorrow. In the meantime, try it if you'd like. For sure though, take a snapshot on your phone or a camera picture, upload it to the Google document in the classroom, and then make sure you turn it in. All right, good work today, solving inequalities.